I want to share with you today part 2 of Flight Guide. I'm here to help you maximize learning without leaving your head lost deep in space with information overload. Hello, I'm Ant and welcome to Hassle-Free Gaming, the channel dedicated to all things Star Citizen. For more gameplay, tutorials and walkthroughs, sub up and push down on the bell so you're the first citizen to be notified. To be a true citizen of the stars, you have to know your HUD like the back of your sidearm. HUD being heads-up display. I only know of one gangster in the stars, and that's Dig That. You're sure to find the front of his guns being between him and Grim Hex when he's hauling his not so legally acquired space plants. Link in the description for Dig That's channel. What we are looking at here is an Avenger Titan, but what we are focusing on is a floating text. It's basically the same in all ships, small and big, unless you have an Aegis Gladius. The Aegis Gladius will be one of the main ships used in a single player campaign, Squadron 42. So CIG are experimenting with the new design, but enough of me rambling, let's talk HUD. On the right hand side, marked currently with 100%, is the acceleration limiter. How much of your engine's thrust will be used when accelerating in a desired direction. When set, it will control all thrusters, main engines and movement thrusters. The keybind for this is under acceleration limiter. G-Safe helps to prevent blackouts when pulling extreme maneuvers. It will be off when afterburning, so if you find yourself nearly passing out, roll the ship, as rolling the ship will allow you to stay conscious. Decoupled and coupled. Firstly, coupled mode is normal flight mode and has no symbol. When coupled, your thrusters will try and keep your ship heading in the direction you're wanting to go, despite turns and or gravity and in the future weather effects. So let's say you pull a 90-degree left turn in space. Your thrusters on the right hand side of the ship will fire up and try to make your ship go in only that new direction. Also, when you release all thrust, coupled mode will bring you to a slow stop, whilst decoupled will not. Coupled mode can be compared to planes of today in atmosphere. Decoupled can be compared to spacecraft in space. Bet you didn't see that coming. Decoupled mode is highlighted with this symbol. With decoupled, you could be facing one direction but travelling in a different. Once you apply thrust in one direction, you have to apply an equal thrust in the opposite direction to come to a stop. It's great for smooth flying and mostly not good for combat situations. It's often seen as a hard mode. If this is useful so far, decouple your left click with the thumbs up. G-meter, showing current G forces. Getting used to seeing the G's when starting to black out can allow you to stay within your limits. Remember citizens, prevention is better than the cure, and now you know both. Countermeasures. The flame symbol is flares, and counters infrared missiles, and the electric symbol is chaff, and counters electromagnetic missiles. When you have a missile heading your way, match up the flare or chaff on the red corresponding symbol and deploy. If it's a cross-section missile, you'll have got to show it some space dust and get out of there. No, seriously, afterburn away, as cross-section missiles have no counter other than evasion. It's the Wi-Fi looking symbol, and in 3.9 missile lock will appear in the bottom center of your HUD. Top tip, when using chaff, wait for the missile to be close before deploying. Hydrogen fuel measured in percent. Speed limiter and current speed measured in meters per second. Keeping the bar white will give your ship maximum maneuverability for those low flybys and dogfights. Punching it into the red sacrifices maneuverability for speed, and in the future will affect the ability to use weaponry like missiles, and may even affect shields, as CIG want to keep the aerial combat nail-bitingly close. As always, Star Citizen is very much in development, so all this may change. In addition to the speed limiter is cruise control, the white line. That's the speed the ship's thrusters will try and reach when cruise control is on, and the arrow is there letting you know cruise control is on. Cruise control is not affected by the direction of your ship's travel. All good so far, pilot? Let me know down below. Moving on. The gimbal assist, that's a dotted circle, represents the area of which gimbal guns can hit targets when fired. Having gimbal guns means you more easily can hit moving targets, but each gimbal gun comes with a gimbal mount. which decreases the size of weapon by 1. Unless your weapon mount is size 1, in that case it's silly not to have gimbal guns, as it does not decrease the size of weapon. Now, if you changed out the gimbal mount and replaced it with a fixed weapon, you would lose the aim assist, have your gun fired fixed to the centre of the aim reticle, but also gain the next size weapon up. In this ship, that would mean going from 2 size 2 gimbals and 1 size 3 gimbal to 2 size 3 fixed and 1 size 4 fixed, allowing me to start punching above my weight, so to speak. When having fixed weapons, you'll remove the ship's central aim reticle over the lead pip of the targeted ship, pull the trigger and watch the pretty explosions. Well, it's not quite that easy. Fixed weapons and decoupled are hard mode. It's not recommended for new pilots, unless you hate yourself. This icon with the arrow facing up shows which direction your ship is heading in. If the arrow is facing down, then that's the direction of where the ship has come from, regardless of which way your nose is facing. I don't know the name for this icon, so if you do, let me know down below. For now, I'm calling it the forward direction indicator. This indicator is important at all times, even more so when decoupled, when your ship often isn't going in the direction it's facing. Ship status. In the top left is your ship status, including areas of ship being damaged, in flashing orange, ship actual damage, in red, and shield health, symbolised in the 4 bars around the ship. If you're missing a bar, then your shield is down on that side. It also shows your EM and IR signals, and on the top right of the screen is the same info about the targeted ship. In the future, we'll talk more on EM and IR signals, and how to go stealth to effectively prevent missile lock, and even be seen on the radar. For now, I hope I've helped with understanding of your heads-up display, and becoming a better, more knowledgeable pilot. Until next time, thanks for tuning in, citizen.